That's one thing about muskies, the way they strike a lure. Nice silver color, beautiful spots. There we go, he's got some fight in it. Look at the size of this bait.
Canadian Sport Fishing is brought to you by Rapala Premium Fishing Gear, crafted from experience. Yamaha on the water. This is my Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you? Dickies, a legend in work since 1922. Lucky Strike. More fish fight with a Lucky Strike.
You know, this is kind of nice. We're up here at Eagle Lake, and we've got Mark with us, who's all the way from Chicago. And Mark is a musky, is it safe to say fanatic, Mark?
Fanatic would be a good word.
Yeah, you're kind of low-keyed. And my wife Barbara, and we're taking advantage of this beautiful weather, and we thought we'd fish some shorelines, because we have heard that there are a lot of muskie in Eagle Lake. Now, you've been coming up for a bit. What's the most muskies you've caught in one day, Mark?
2 springs ago, we caught 9 muskie in one day.
Wow. Any size to them?
The biggest one, my partner caught a 52-inch.
That's a good size muskie.
Big fish.
So this is like a teaser fish, you know, but that's okay. Did you see him hit?
I did
He came
not.
flying right out of the water?
I did not. That was a great jump, though, wasn't it?
Now what I'm trying to do here, even though I could
I'm
bring
not
him
even
right
gonna
in,
use this.
I don't want him to go nuts, right? So what I'm hoping is that he's going to use a little bit of his energy up, just a little bit, so that when you go to handle him, he's not going to hurt you. That's one thing about muskies, the way they strike a lure is probably the most exciting thing. You got to be careful now because that one treble is sticking out.
Yeah.
Now if you want, Mark, I have a glove right here. How bold are you?
I'm pretty bold.
If you put that glove on and you grab him just behind the gill, you know, like behind his eye, on his back, you can actually clamp down.
I'll get him by the gill.
Yeah, just underneath. Like don't gill him, but just, you know what I mean, over
Yep.
the head. Just watch the hooks because they're pretty sharp.
Let's see here. I'd rather
Okay.
not use the glove. That's okay.
You just be careful, okay? I don't want you to get hurt.
No.
Because those are sharp hooks. Yeah, that's how I would grab him with the glove. Okay, you got him? Okay, you just hold him there, and I'm going to get the pliers. And I don't know if he's going to be okay in the water.
Get the pliers.
You know what? It's actually good that he did that roll. You got a good hold on him,
I have
right?
a great hold on him.
Because I don't want to hurt him too much. We want to get him back quick. I always have this concern for muskie that people keep him out of the water too much. So I'm just trying to get that hook out. You just hooked in that tissue, so it should just pop out perfect. And if you can hold them kind of, I'd rather you held them sideways, Mark. Oh, careful, just over the side. And if he flops out, it's okay. We're going to give the viewers a look. He's a young muskie. We want to get him back. He was just sitting in this bay. Nice silver color, beautiful spots. So I don't know if you can hold him there like that just for a second before he takes off. He's going to go.
Very healthy.
What a great release. That was awesome. Mark, nice fish. Barb, high five. All right.
Good fishing.
Now, you know, they say that muskie is the fish of 1,000 casts. You know, from the casts we've made, and I'm sure you've had experiences in your lifetime, sometimes it's 10,000 casts. But that's part of the thing, right? Because it's worth it. Because when you hook a fish, that fish wasn't that large. We're guessing it was like maybe 36, 38 inches.
36, 37.
Was nice, slim juvenile. We'll call him a juvenile.
Good,
He wasn't
good
a pappy.
start, though.
Yeah, good start. But, you know, we were standing at the front of the boat cranking, and what we're doing is using a strategy where we're all using different baits. I'm using what would technically be called a crankbait. This is a K16 quick fish, and it'll dive down to 15 feet, but if you crank it hard and keep your rod tip up, it goes just below the surface. Mark is using a topwater. What's the name of that topwater?
It's called a top raider.
top rater, and that tail just spins around. It's
Correct.
got great action.
It's like a little motor on the back.
And the dark color is good for silhouette, especially with these light skies.
Bright skies.
And Barb is casting a skitter pop, which is a popping bait, but it's a saltwater one. It's a pretty large one. So what we're trying to do is go down these shorelines, and there are probably thousands of miles of shorelines, both islands and main shorelines. And we're trying to cast, fan cast in all different directions, just hoping to get close to one of these muskie. Now, I know that there's some big muskies in here, like over 50 pounds, right?
Great place to catch big muskie.
Now, we should tell the viewers how you ended up here. Is this just a coincidence that we meet at the airport? How did you end up fishing with Barb and I?
Well, I entered a raffle in Chicago at one of the muskie shows just outside of Chicago, and as good luck takes it, they chose my name out of 4,000 entries, and
Wow. Well, they knew I needed a good muskie guy.
I appreciate that.
So actually, we've been working together. We've been working together the last 2 days, and you know what? I'm learning a lot from this guy. I mean, he casts like he's a precision caster. If they had Olympics, like casting musky plugs, maybe they will in the future, you'd be representing the U.S. of A.
I appreciate that. I don't know about it, but I appreciate it.
Because you were throwing that big bait. If you look down just to the left of Barb, I call them cowbells. There's a thing that looks like a Christmas tree ornament. It's got tinsel and big pink blades. He was throwing that yesterday, and that takes a lot of work to heave. He's just going to grab it now because we were covering some deep shorelines. So why do we call it cowbells? That's so you know where Betty and Nessie are when they're out in the field, you know. But he was throwing that. Today he opted for more of a finesse presentation.
Well, we're still looking for the big one. We're still looking for the big one.
I know you can put us on him though. Okay.
We're trying.
Okay. Let's
Good
get
job.
back to work.
Dickey's Sport Fishing Sweepstakes.
I was using a worm. I casted beside a log. I felt like a tug. I pulled on it and it started moving. It gave me a little fight. My dad got the net, and then I got to hold it. My dad told me it was a good fish. We couldn't bring it home because it wasn't bass season, so we just took the picture.
We'd love to hear your fishing story. Go to our website and enter the Dickey's Sport Fishing Sweepstakes. It's free, and you could win some great prizes.
The reel that I was using, I'm actually testing, and it's a bait caster designed more for bass fishing. And I've loaded it with 50-pound test titanium braid. And you know what? The reel is performing really well. Now you'll notice the lure that I've been casting a lot. This is a quick fish, and it's a number 16. It's a very large one. As a matter of fact, this particular lure is very famous for landing many of the world record lake trout up in the Northwest Territories. And on this large quick fish, I have a heavy fluorocarbon leader. This leader is 80-pound test, and if you look close to the lure, you can see that it's actually crimped on, much like they do for saltwater leaders. And I have a locking snap there, and it's also crimped on at the top, and it has a swivel. So that leader is about 15 or 16 inches long. It's very important to either use a stainless leader or to use one like this made out of fluorocarbon. But if you're going to use a fluorocarbon one, it needs to be a heavy one. Now this particular lure can be trolled or it can be cast. And here at Eagle Lake, because there's so much structure, most anglers like to troll and cast along all of the breaks, whether they're structure breaks or weed lines and weed beds. Because a lot of times these muskies will come real shallow, even back in the back bays. Now if you're trolling, you would probably want to use a larger lure. This is a good example of one. This is a giant thunder stick. It's a jointed one, and you can see that it looks like a perch. I'm just going to take it out of the box. It's a little bit heavy because it's almost made like out of a solid plastic to use for casting. You could probably cast and you'd probably last about an hour with this because it's a lot of work. But you can see that it looks very lifelike. It has a mirror finish, it has a jointed body, and a very nice side-to-side wobble, whether you cast it or you troll it. So a lure like this will dive down to about 15-20 feet, and it's ideal to troll if you're trolling in open water, where you're hunting for suspended muskie, or if you're trolling for muskies that are off the shorelines, maybe in 15 to 40 feet of water. So both of these lures work really well, but you pretty well have to have a much heavier outfit with heavier line to use it properly. Reel. Let's see what you got. It could be a walleye, could be a pike. That's a big lure though.
Yeah.
Reel, bring them in. Let's check them out.
I think I'm going to stand up.
I'm going to put it in neutral. and just thrust it. Keep reeling.
Is it on there,
Do you
Barb?
feel any
Yeah,
head shaking?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good,
Good
good.
girl.
I'm gonna put my rod away. Yeah, good one. That's a big bait, so I'd like to see what's on there.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm surprised if it's a mud. Okay, don't let the line go slack. You gotta keep reeling,
he's
because it's
on.
got, yeah,
There he
keep reeling, keep reeling. Maybe you got a small pike, but it's okay. Keep reeling. I'm gonna get my glove. If it was a muskie, I would think it would take some runs. Keep reeling firmer, Barb. Bring him in, bring him in. Yeah, it's a small, we'll see
Pike.
if it's a muskie. It's
No,
probably
it's
a
a
pike.
pike, yeah.
Okay.
It's all wrapped up. That's
You know,
why.
we're looking for either muskie or pike, good-sized fish, because we're running these big baits. There we go. He's got some fight in it. Oh, he threw the front hook. Okay, Barb, bring him in. As soon as you get him close, he's still got lots of energy. Look at the nice bars on him. Now, he's not fought out, and he's got that hook there. I got to be careful here. Backwards. So I'm going to take that out.
You are brave.
I am. You know what? I need the pliers, though.
Pliers?
Brave as I am, he wasn't going to get off, Barb. He had that front hook, back hook in his mouth, and then that front one swung around. Now, I'm just going to show you the size of this bait. Man, is it loud. Look at the size of this bait compared to this northern. I'm kind of holding him. I mean, it's half the length of the fish. So this by no means is a trophy northern, but you talk about aggressive. Watch him take off, because he didn't have a chance to fight much because he was pinned. Oh, there he goes. So what we're doing here, we've got Mark with us again, Muskie Master from Illinois, and Barb, and we're just trolling the shorelines. So we've done a combination. Our arms are weak. Are we going to tell him the truth, Mark? We're wimps. Our arms are weak from casting those bucktails along the shore.
We are.
So now we're just talking, and we're almost going to take our cards out. You know, when you troll like this for muskie, you got to be patient. But and sometimes you get incidental fish like that pike. But you can also get some really nice fish. Barb, look at the stripes on that thing. Does that look good or what?
It looks like a perch.
Pull it a little bit, Barb,
Yeah.
just so they can see. Give it a
See
along
action.
the water. Wow, nice action, Barb, or what?
Wonderful.
Courtney, you look very professional. You have like the fisher girl outfit on it. Are you like a professional fisher?
No, I actually just started today, so I'm not good.
That's perfect, because I'm going to give you some tips on how to use a spinning outfit. Because for girls your age and guys, a spinning outfit like the one I'm holding in my hand, that's about your height, a little bit taller. This one is about 6 feet long, is ideal for fishing, for small fish or big fish. So let me give you some real basic tips that will help you cast a little bit better, then you can try it, okay?
Okay.
So a spinning reel is designed, first of all, to be on the lower part of the rod. Sometimes I see people holding the spinning reel like this. So it's not designed to be on top, it's designed to be underneath. So if you're right-handed, are you right-handed?
No, I'm left-handed.
Okay, but what we'll do is, it's actually good because you're going to be retrieving with your left hand. So what you do is put your hand so that your little finger and the next finger is in between the reel seat. So that gives you a little bit more power, as opposed to having your hand back. Your wrist is very weak, so by having it there, it's the perfect place to hold it. Before you cast, you need to rotate the bail arm so that the line is as close as possible as it's going to get to the rod, like
Okay.
that. So we refer to this as being at the top, not at the bottom. Then you take the line and you hold it very gently with one finger,
Okay.
and then with your other hand you open the bail. This is called the bail. Now if I let go with my finger, the line is loose, it'll fall out. So from that point, you get ready and you load your cast,
Okay.
and you fire it out.
See if I can do it.
You cast farther than I did.
Oh, awesome.
Now you just have to wait until you get a bite.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Crown Battery, manufacturers of the Walleye One marine batteries.
Eagle Lake is a large lake. It's over 100 kilometers long by about 25 kilometers wide, with lots of bays, points, bars, shoals, and you can catch muskie, pike, walleye, and bass fishing literally in the same area. That means that it's a good idea to have a variety of fishing gear and different type of action rods designed for specific presentation. Now, what I'm holding up here are probably two of the most popular fishing outfits when you're going to be angling for smaller fish, let's say bass and walleye and pike that are under 5 pounds, and maybe even have a chance of getting a very large pike or even a large muskie. There are two spinning outfits, and the first one that I'm holding up is about a 6.5 to 7 foot spinning outfit. It's called a split grip because it doesn't have a full cork handle at the back, but you can see that there's a gap here. That makes them a little bit more lightweight and a little bit easier to fish with. You can see that I've got this is a Rapala. It's called a Husky Jerk, and it's 14 centimeters long. And this particular lure is ideal for all those 4 species of fish. And in this case, I have a fluorocarbon leader, about 14 inches long. This particular one is about a 30-pound test, which is enough if you're going to get some decent sized fish. The other outfit that I've got right here is a little bit heavier spinning outfit. This one is designed for line weight. I just have to make sure here that I've got the right line weight, from 10 to 25 pound test. You can see that it's right there. So this one is actually loaded with 50-pound braid. So anytime that you see the line test, that refers to monofilament diameter. So the 50-pound braid has 14-pound monofilament diameter, so it'll work fine with this rod, which is very stiff. And we also have a Husky Jerk bait on here, and this one has a stainless steel coated leader on it. Okay, and you can also see that this reel is a much higher capacity reel. We probably have about 150 yards of 50-pound titanium braid on there. So if we're fishing waters where we think we might hook a muskie, we can still use a spinning rod, but a heavier one with 50-pound braid, a leader, and a good size Rapala, maybe something in the 12 to 14 centimeter range. Or if we expected just to catch smaller fish, we could use the light action one. This one would also be fine for trolling if we were trolling in shallower water with smaller lures for mixed fish. So it's really important to have a variety of outfits. If you're intimidated by bait casters, then you should be getting some of the heavier spinning rods. That way you're ready for small fish and large fish too. You want to get the rod tip a little bit higher. If he jumps, you want to have some loose line. This is kind of nice. We're just fishing the shoreline, trying to get a muskie, and we've got a whole bunch of pike, and now Barb's hooked a smallmouth. We haven't really been targeting smallmouth, but because she's been using a small bait earlier, Barb asked us if she should keep a Husky Jerk on, and Mark said, yeah, you know, we're working for muskie on the outside edge. If you get a smallmouth near it, he'll probably grab it. So this is nice. Be nice if we could land it. Show everybody how pretty they are here at Eagle Lake, Barb.
Yes. Oh, it's got energy plus.
Okay, see if you can swing them over gently. I wouldn't reel in anymore. You know what? You have them hooked with a couple of hooks. Yep,
Good.
Swing them around, Barb.
Okay.
Nice fish, huh?
Well, he's a little guy. He's about 2.5 pounds. But he jumped out of the water a couple times. Let's see if I can just lift him up here into the boat without him falling off. Boy, is he fat.
Yes.
Now normally you wouldn't hold on to the line like this, but Barb does have a fluorocarbon leader on there. So there's no way that that fish should break the line. And she's using 20-pound braid, which is really thin. It's a diameter of 6-pound monofilament. Now, Mark, I know that you and your brother got some really nice smallmouth. I don't think you got any this little, right?
Some good smallmouth in this
You
lake.
were showing him on your phone or on your camera the pictures that you were taking, and they were like 3-4 pounds. Good size.
Pretty
Look
fish.
at how fat they are, eh? He's probably been eating lots of those little baitfish, Barb, that we've been seeing in school. Look at how big his belly is.
Yeah, he's full.
Nice and healthy, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get it back in the water because he's just a young'un. We want him to grow big.
Yeah.
So when more fishermen come up here, he'll be 3-4 pounds. You know, most of the time I'm busy fishing and giving you tips on fishing, but a very important tip that I have to tell you has to do with the power source for a boat that's rigged up like the one we've been using this week. I learned a long time ago that when it comes to using batteries in a boat, it's very important to isolate your power source. What I mean by that is, in this boat, I have one dedicated cranking battery that starts the engine, and in this particular case, it's a 200 horsepower motor, which requires a strong charge to start it. And then right beside it, I have a deep cycle battery that's designed to power my electronics like my electric downriggers, my sonar, and then I have deep cycle batteries that I have at the front of the boat that are designed to power the electric trolling motor. Unlike a deep cycle battery, if you could look at the inside of this cranking battery, you would find that the lead plates are actually porous, which work together with the acid to provide strong, sporadic current spikes when they're needed to turn over a large engine. Some of the newer engines require a starting battery that has high capacity charges to get them started. So it's very important before you buy your next cranking battery for your boat, consult your local dealer to make sure you get the right battery. It doesn't look like a big fish, just keep the pressure on him. We've got Sam Tuma here, and Sam has been actually low-key on this trip because he's been the dock hand, he's a guide, he was actually operating the camera boat, and we had a chance to fish with him this morning, and we were doing some trolling, and he's got the first fish on, and it looks like it's a small muskie. What I'm going to do is put it in neutral, and I'm going to get my tailing glove on. Now you've got a believer on there, right?
Yeah, fire tiger.
Yeah, just take your time. Fish is right on top. You know, a lot of the smaller muskies will come airborne out of the water. Just keep the pressure and slowly bring him in. He's not fought out, he's got that hook there. So what you want to do, you don't want to go back and forth. I see a lot of guys going like this back and forth. That puts water reverse over its gills. It's better if you just go like this from side to side. And you'll see in a minute here, he's probably going to take off because he's a little guy. And we didn't fight him too hard, and we're using the right gear. He wants to go. What a gorgeous fish, even a little guy. Come on. I usually wait till they actually swim out of my hands. Beautiful fish. And there he goes. You know, when you're fishing here, you can get muskies that are upwards of 40 and 50 pounds. And really, trolling is the best way to locate them. And sometimes you get incidental catches of very large pike and also nice walleyes of like over 25 inches, right up to like 30, 32, 33 inches. So it's not lazy man's fishing. It's actually a good way to cover some of the deeper structure breaks and fishing around all these reefs and islands that are here at Eagle Lake. Sam, you did good. High five.
Thanks.
You actually got the fish instead of just guide us.
Yeah.
Very impressive. Okay, I'm going to get out a little bit further. We're in 28 feet and then we'll put our lures down again.
All right.
Canadian Sport Fishing has been brought to you by Rapala Premium Fishing Gear, crafted from experience. Yamaha on the water. This is my Yamaha. What kind of Yamaha are you? Dickies, a legend in work since 1922. Lucky Strike. More fish fight with a Lucky Strike.
Now, you know, on this particular boat, we actually have a piranha unit, very affordable, very compact. You can see here that we're just coming by a point. We came up from 20 feet to 11, and we had all kinds of bait fish on the bottom. Some of these vertical lines that you see could be a little bit of interference. This is probably a little bit of a weed patch because it's right on the bottom. But what I like about this unit is it's very compact, it's very simple. Actually, this is bait fish again. So we're cranking here looking for muskie, but a lot of times you get a variety of fish that move into these areas, especially if it's windy. Smaller game fish like smallmouth bass and pike, and of course that attracts the muskie. So I'm hopeful that around this point we're going to see some action, but this is a great unit and you can also make it portable.